Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris here, and for today's video, we're going to be taking a quick look at the Apex Legends Season 6 patch notes. Obviously, we're getting a map update in World's Edge, which I'm excited for, even though they are removing some locations like Mirage Voyage in there, but they are updating a lot. They're making a lot more rotation paths, and there's some cool new buildings that I'm looking at, so I think, honestly, just from what I've seen for pictures on the map, I've watched Gaming Merchant's video about this and everything he's called out. I think there's going to be some pretty awesome changes coming to this map that might not make it an insufferable mess to play. So obviously we're getting the new legend Rampart, which is going to be cool. So Ramia Perek, I don't know how I said Perek like the same way like 3 times, but it's a 21-year-old British Indian blue-collar private business owner who just needs a big gun and a backpack full of scrap metal to get by in the dangerous wild west of the Outlands. So we got her modded shields, knowledge of heavy weapons. Her passive is modded loader, increased mag capacity, faster reloads when using LMGs, and the minigun, which is going to be crazy considering, as far as I'm aware, the Devotion is being ground looted again, so she's gonna have increased mag capacity and faster reloads with the Devotion, on top of them already probably adding back extended mags already. This is gonna be a disgusting LMG heavy season, which I can't wait, because I was messing with the Spitfire last night, and one of the skins that I have for it has such a clean iron sight. I was doming people halfway across the map without even a stabilizer because the iron sights were so clean. So yeah, this is gonna be interesting. And also increase the amount of shots before overheating occurs and improves the cooling with the L star. So there you go. So her amped cover, which is her full cover, blocks incoming shots and amps outgoing shots, a max of 5 amped walls. You can have 5? I saw in the gameplay trailer you had 3, but you can have 5 covers at a time? Holy, that's her tactical. How quickly does that thing recharge? If you're running a golden helmet, unless they change the meta on that. But if you're running a golden helmet, you get out 5 of those. How many can you place at once? First of all, are they like caustic traps where they recover, on like little tiers? So you get like, I've recovered 1, I've recovered 2, now I have 3 total, and then no more than that. And as they recover, you can place more. You can have a total of 5 at once. So her ultimate is placing the minigun. Now, in the gameplay trailer that I saw, when you were placing the minigun, it looked like it was a really long animation before they mounted it, cocked it back, and then like readied the gun to use. It looked like dropping it shouldn't be a problem, but actually getting on it might be an issue. And also, here's the question: is can you move the minigun placement after you place it? I doubt you'd be able to, which means if you put it in a very terrible position, then you could potentially completely screw yourself. So then we have the new weapon, the Volt SMG, obviously, which is a hit scan submachine gun that, does it take energy ammo? Yeah, energy based SMG. Now the crafting system. This is the interesting part of the season. So we all know that RNG gods are not always in our favor. With Season 6, we're introducing a crafting system. Find materials throughout the map via loop-ins or material stations. So there's material stations that you get scraps from as well. Okay. And take these to a replicator, so those are placed on the map. Whether or not they're random spawn or fixed spawn is a question. Also, are we going to be having the crafting system on King's Canyon? So in the replicator, you'll find 8 different pieces of loot that you can craft. Some of this loot rotates on a weekly or daily basis, okay, but you'll always be able to see what is currently craftable in the game mode selector or map screen. Okay, so it looks like they're stationary, they're stagnant loot crafting, but they rotate daily or weekly. Okay, interesting. There's more stuff to read right here. Armor meta, this is what is interesting. Okay, so all armor in the game is Evo armor, except for the gold. Now this is a change I'm not too sure about. While I do love Evo armor, believe me, I do, it makes endgames really challenging, because sometimes you'll luck out in the endgame and you'll get a team that only has like maximum blue. So that's just it for you. Surviving this long, it's a really easy way to get at least another squad wipe because they only have blue armor. But by end game, most teams are going to have at least purple, if not red armor, or the lucky gold. Yeah, there will still be teams who won't have their armor evolved, which is also the issue of, what if you just don't get into any encounters until you're in like the last 5 squads? Then you're screwed. Is there a way here to upgrade the armor without engagements? So red armor is not ground loot and can only be achieved through evolving, but you can find white, blue, or purple on the ground. It's pre-leveled Evo armor, so it can be picked up like normal and continue to be evolved, which is gonna be cool. Another interesting change is players spawn with level 0 armor. So Okay, if you get into gunfights right away and do enough damage, you'll automatically level up to white. You can continue all the way up to red. So you start with armor, everyone has it, but it doesn't have any shields until you start doing damage and you upgrade it. Okay, so you start with no armor, but it's just level 0 Evo. With availability, yeah, because that'll also replace a lot of the loot pool in the game. So more ammo, more grenades, more weapons, and also, yeah, not having to worry about hot dropping just to get good armor. With all the changes in Season 6, now players have the opportunity to level up their shields through damage, luck in the ground loot, or through crafting. Because you can also upgrade your armor crafting. What the heck is... Okay, hollow sprays? Hold on. What the hell? The last big difference is that all armor is coming down by 25 health. Players with purple and gold have 175 health, not 200. But red armor gets you to 200, and you no longer get to 225 with red. Okay, so all armor is being downgraded. Oh, so that's, man, so we already thought we got melted pretty quick as it is. So the new damage requirements, so white gives you 50, blue 125, damage to purple. For this is, our goal is bring down the time to kill in order for reward strategic positioning. Okay, so that way, if you're sniping or get some good picks on people, you don't have to land so many consistent shots if you're a good shot and miss them by that one bullet that would have otherwise killed them. Okay, so, and then these are the damage requirements for leveling up your armor, I believe. So damage to white, you need to do 50 damage to level it up. Blue, 125, 250 to purple, instead of like 300, and then 500 to red. Hollow sprays are a new way to emote in the arena. By using the emote wheel, you can throw down these strategic specific calling cards to taunt bested enemies or warn future challengers not to be messed with. Okay, now the only thing about this is, can we please, for the love of God, remove trackers from Apex packs and replace them with hollow sprays? Because if we have to now get hollow sprays, that's backgrounds, that's poses, that's trackers, that's skins for all the guns and all the characters, crafting materials, quips. That's so many things in the Apex packs. Can we please just, at least for the love of God, give us trackers as a permanently unlocked thing for every character so we don't have to have that crap in the Apex packs, please? And replace it with hollow sprays, because now we're adding hollow sprays in there, man. You're making it impossible for us to get anything good in these packs. Battle Pass, here we go. So this season's Battle Pass includes a reactive Supersonic G7, the Bloodhound Road Warrior, and 5 new hollow sprays, new skydive emotes, weapon charms, and oh yeah, and weapon charms, can't forget about that too. So quest, we have a new quest. Okay, now in full color illustrated comics. That's really cool. I like that, because before it was just like the text scrolling, which didn't even have character voice acting. So it was, I went to YouTube videos to have other people read it for me because I didn't feel like reading it through. So the season 5 quest is fully color illustrated comics. That's really cool. Collect treasure packs daily, again with the treasure packs including crafting materials, challenge points, Apex packs, and a whole new suite of gun charms, which, meh. Legends. This patch we're taking a look at the Recon class. A class built more around information gathering, powerful BR windows, so Pathfinder, Crypto, and Bloodhound. But out of the 3 legends in the Recon class, it's a robot. Hold on, and one dominates in terms of in-game performance. It's a robot. The robot dominates. In this patch, we're mostly buffing Bloodhound as they needed the help the most. Crypto's changes are a mixed bag, as we also found one bug we had to fix that was giving Crypto a hidden advantage. TLDR, sometimes when you thought you were hitting the drone, you weren't really hitting the drone. Okay, good, that's acknowledged. Between the buffs to Bloodhound's ult and the new utility Crypto gains on its drone, we hope to see a more diverse field. So all Recon Legends, Bloodhound, Crypto, Pathfinder can now use alright, so they can all use survey beacons. That's good. To get the next ring location. Crypto can use his drone to instantly get this information. So they don't have to go and like tap into it. His drone can go up to it, just go blink and just get it. Okay, I mean that makes sense. He hacks into it. Pathfinder context give the Recon Legends less survey, make a Pathfinder less unique, and obviously we don't love that for now. We're giving our friendly robot a small buff to his ultimate cooldown when he uses a survey beacon, but the future will take another look at Pathfinder, see what else we can do to make it feel more unique. So Pathfinder, when he uses a survey beacon, he gets a cooldown, gains percentage on his ultimate. Okay. Passive, each time Pathfinder scans a beacon, the total cooldown of the zipline is reduced. Numbers, zipline gun cooldown reduced by 10 seconds each time. Up to 6 rings per game, means a total cooldown can go from 120 to 60 seconds. Okay, so Interesting. Bloodhound. Let's see. In this patch, we want to double down on their ultimate being their big moment of becoming a godlike tracker. Bloodhound already gives up some information to the enemy when they scan or use the ultimate. It makes a noticeable sound, which is very loud. So we think there's room for a lot more power during the ultimate. Now gains duration when Bloodhound scores a knock or kill when the ultimate is going to run out. Eye of the Allfather. During Beast of the Hunt, Eye of the Allfather now comes out twice as fast and has a much shorter cooldown. So Beast of the Hunt goes from his duration extension goes from 5 to 15 seconds based on remaining duration. Allfather goes 25 seconds to 6 seconds cooldown, and then 1.8 to 0.9. He doubles Eye of the Allfather total use time, or rather cuts it in half for the activation for his scan. Crypto, because he has no abilities without his drone, we figured there's room for even more power when he's in his drone. Crypto can now activate respawn, and you can activate respawn and survey beacons for the drone. No shit. So you can fly your drone to a you can go and collect the banner and fly it to a respawn and respawn people. That's insane. Made the surveillance drone slightly more consistent to be hit, but also double the hit point. So you can hit it easier, but it can take more damage. I think that's a fair trade-off, okay? Because it was impossible to hit that thing sometimes, honestly. EMP will now slow teammates caught in the blast, even if they had no shields. This means players who have used Revenant's Death Totem will also be slowed. Okay. Surveillance drone goes from 30 to 60 health. It only had 30 health. And the hitbox size cube of edge length 16 to 24, so they gave it a pretty decent. Other legend buffs, we got a lot to go through still. So context, Revenant, we're happy to see that dropping the range restriction of the Death Totem brought a lot more Revenants to play. So Death Totem, for 2 seconds after being recalled by the Death Totem, players cannot use Wraith's Dimensional Rift. So if you're a Wraith and you have the Death Totem and you get killed, you can't go into her Dimensional Rift for 2 seconds. I could see that, because you could either rush away from the fight really quickly if it was a non-tactical position, or you could also, that will prevent you from basically rushing invisibly straight back to the fight that you just recovered from. Okay, which is pretty powerful. Octane can now use Stim while healing, but Stim will not remove the slow you incur from healing. So the healing still reduces your speed, but that's subtracted from the overall healing boost he gets from using a stim. So you can still move a little bit faster. So if you're sitting there healing, you can stab yourself here, and then go a little bit faster while healing. Okay. Loba. While Loba was initially very popular, she began struggling to keep up more recently. Yes, she did, definitely. Let's see. This suggests was her combat utility, how she funnels loot to her team, isn't doing enough. So lowered the cooldown for her black market from 3 minutes to 90 seconds. They cut it in half. That's insane. However, I kind of would have wanted to see a different change to her ring toss to her teleport, because that could have definitely used some work. Gibraltar, defensive bombardment, increased cooldown from 3 minutes to 4.5 minutes. Okay, 1.5 minutes added on to his bombardment. Bangalore, decrease. So Gibraltar gets raised, so they just swapped times. Gibraltar went from 3 to 4.5, and Bangalore went from 4.5 to 3. Okay, I could see that, because Bangalore's is definitely the weaker of the two, and Gibraltar's is very powerful, so that makes sense. I could see that. Trophy Sizzle will now shoot down caustic barrels in flight if they would have landed inside the range of the trophy. If they would have landed inside the range, but what if I'm inside it, and I face the outer ring of it and I go to throw it out? It won't shoot it out of the air because it's not going to be landing inside? Okay. That's good. What about his ultimate? Does it stop his ultimate? Did it already. I don't think I've ever really thrown my ultimate at a Watson pylon. Okay, so added loot, extended energy mags, and the turbocharger. Yep, energy weapons are the meta this season. Updated precision choke, removed it from the loot pool. Thank God, will now be integrated into the triple take and Peacekeeper by default. Fire selects toggle on and off the choke. So, okay. Oh, I like that. So the choke is gone, because you know how many times how sick I am of running into precision chokes on the map when I'm looking for a select fire. So they remove the choke, it's now in the guns, and the Peacekeeper, that means the Peacekeeper's back as ground loop. Alright, we're going to get to that in a minute. So, Peacekeeper and Triple Take now have the select fire switch to turn it on and off. That's really cool. I really like that, because I get tired of having the choke on my triple take and trying to ADS just to scan and just to see where enemies are and inadvertently charging up my shots and giving my position away. Okay, so in the supply drop, the R99 was added to the supply drop, and now its damage increased from 11 to 12, and magazine gun increased to 32, and it has 160 ammo reserve when you pick it up. So, okay, you have a couple of mags to run through, and it does a tiny bit more damage, and you add that to the supply drop, which means it should be getting taken out of the loot pool. And then the devotion gets pulled out of the supply drop into ground loot. Clip size reduced back to original 36, 40, 44, and 48 when they had energy mags before. Now they're removing the DMR, Hemlock, Spitfire, Eva, and RE45 from gold loot on the ground. They're adding Devotion Gold, Mastiff Gold, Triple Take Gold, Flatline Gold, and a Gold Volt. Okay. I think I'm kind of happy that the flatline's there because I am trying to use a flatline in the G7 more often in the game because they are good weapons. I just have a hard time with the flatline's rate of fire and its terrible iron sights. Personally, I think they're terrible. So having that as a gold gun, I imagine it's probably going to get a 2x4 like they did before with the gun, which I can handle. So I'll be excited to get that. Updated loot, sniper ammo, increased pickup from 8 to 12, so the boxes are now 12 instead of 8 on the ground. The stack size is 16 to 24, so 2 ammo pickups is still the same, but now it's double your sniper ammo. Good, because every time I try to run a sentinel, I would have to only run 2 stacks so I can have enough ammo for my light gun, so now those 2 stacks are going to be twice as valuable. Energy ammo, reduced ammo picked up from 30 to 20, but energy ammo is now less because there's more energy stuff going on and they're becoming more powerful, so now you can't spam as much. Weapon updates, Hemlock reduced the vertical recoil in burst mode, burst mode, whatever. Good, because it was all single fire. Slightly reduced recoil pattern on second and third shots, so first burst kicks less. Okay, so your first burst you have is more accurate than the follow-up ones are dependent. Burst mode time between burst is decreased from 0.32 to 0.28. Maybe now I'll use the Hemlock because I did not like the Hemlock because it was only single fire and I didn't enjoy the single fire that much. Charge rifle will now use 2 ammo per shot. Wait, so they're basically making it so you consume twice as much ammo using the charge rifle. So it's taking 2 ammo per shot, but it doubles the magazine size. So you have the same amount of shots, but with the increase to with the magazine size, or with the ammo stack, you're not gonna have infinite charge rifle ammo. You're still gonna be going through it like normal. Okay, I'm glad they thought of that, because otherwise we would have had people OP running around the charge rifle with infinite ammo basically. Triple take buff, increased fire rate from 1.25 to 1.4. Okay, yeah, I could have seen how it was a tiny bit slow. It was a little bit slow. Increased mag size from 5 to low 6 all the way up to 9. Built the choke into the gun, built the choke into the weapon by default. Oh, okay, I was reading that weird. So, Peacekeeper. Alright, I was reading that as the same line as this, but this is Peacekeeper, built the choke into the gun. Spitfire, improved recoil control ability. Good. Havoc, updated the Havoc with a new recoil pattern. Alright, so designer note the Havoc's existing recoil pattern had constant horizontal movement. This would mean that it would be either too difficult to control if there's too much or far too easy if there's too little. So updating the pattern, which is more consistent in style with existing recoil patterns. So instead of going like shooting, you're going like this, it'll probably be shooting and going like this as you're shooting. Okay. Mozambique, increased clip size from 3 to 4. Yes! Mozambique buff! Thank God. P20, increased damage from 13 to 15. Yes, a P20 buff. Thank you. Decreased hammer point damage multiplier from 2.7 to 2.35. This will leave hammer point P20 damage unchanged in most scenarios, except for, I assume, headshots at range. Increase the mag size from base 10, 12, and then plus 2. Oh, so it still ends at 18, but the base starts at 12, and then you have 14, 16, and then stops at 18 still. Okay. Sentinel only requires 1 shield cell to charge if the player has gold armor. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That's cool integration. Prowler, slightly reduced vertical recoil in burst mode. Good, because that thing was disgusting in burst. Increase horizontal in auto mode. I would rather have horizontal recoil, honestly, than vertical in most scenarios. Quality of life. Supply drop weapons are now heirloom tier, red, to avoid confusion with fully kitted guns, which will remain gold. So it's just going to be the color scheme that they're going to appear red. I like that, because seeing red gets everybody excited in the game. It makes you feel like you have something great, because gold kind of got a little bit numb to gold, a little bit jaded to gold in the game. Having to see the gun pop up as red in the supply drop is going to look really nice. Bug fixes. Bangalore fixed an issue with the La Katrina and Killing Machine skins obscuring views when ADS with the hollow 2 to 4, 3 scope. Fixed an exploit with being able to see through smoke when looking through the chain link fence. I didn't come across that. Bloodhound fixed an issue with Bloodhound being able to get an additional ult when using Wraith Ultimate. Okay. Caustic fixed an issue with gas traps clipping into mobile respawn beacons. Fixed an issue with Revenant Pathfinder taking less damage from Nox gas. Yep, that was a thing. Good. Crypto fixed an issue with VFX. Show false positive when hitting his drone. Yes. Alright, so those are all the players. If you want to pause and read any of those, I'm sorry if the webcam blocks any of that text. There you go. So you can scroll through any of that and pause if you want to read any of those individually. And then we have general fixes. So fix an issue with Evil Armor, doubling the effect of leveling up. This caused some brightness on screen. Fix an issue with train killing players. Wraith Portal. Some vertical zip lines not correctly placing players once they get off the line. Yep. Fix an issue with the spectator view pinging last pings when swapping through views. Yes, I've done that before. Fix an issue for knockdown state not eliminating the squad when no one has a gold shield. Fix an issue where death protection runs out with an active Doc medic nearby. Doc would not start healing you. Okay, so it wouldn't heal you if your death protection just ran out. And it looks like that's all the news. So that's all the patch notes. That's a lot of stuff, dude. Honestly, I'm really excited. Holy crap, that's a lot. I'm really excited for the season. This season is like a lot of really good changes, and I've been like I said, I've been trying to get into different metas. I've been trying to stay away from the R3 and move towards more energy or the flat line in the G7. I'm trying to mess up my own personal meta in the game. So seeing some of the heavy guns and seeing some of these buffs we're getting in here, it gets me really excited. So honestly, I cannot wait. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Check out my streams at twitch.tv/ahlinkin, where you'll definitely see me playing some Season 6 and getting my ass kicked. So thanks guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Later.